Right, so welcome to the awards briefing and presentation guideline sessions under the MTE SDG 2021. So first of all, I wish to highlight to you the important dates. The virtual events that commence from 25th to 29 October, and there will be an announcement of result on the last day, 29 October. So the submission of entry is now open at national as well as international levels. And the submission deadline is 20th September 2021. So broadly, the awards is categorized into 5 broad classes. So the category number 1 refers to health and well-being, of which denotes the SDG 1, 2, 3, and 11. And the awards category number 2 is inclusivity, referring to SDG 5 and 10. The awards category 3 is under human capital, referring to SDG 4 and 8. And awards category number 4 refers to environment and natural resources, of which is corresponding to SDG 6, 7, 13, 14, and 15. And the last category is economic growth, referring to SDG 9, 12, 16, and 17. Now, this award categorization is for your general reference so that you can facilitate your preparations of your videos or your directions of the innovation. Now, among these 17 sustainable development goals, you could see that the no poverty refers to end poverty in all forms everywhere. Now, zero hunger, as the name suggested, it means end the hunger. Now, good health and well-being is to ensure healthy life and promote well-being for all and at all ages. And quality education refers to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. Gender equality is meant to achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. Clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, decent work and economic growth refers to promote sustained, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth with full and productive employment and decent work for all. Industry innovation and infrastructures is to build resilient infrastructure, promote inclusive and sustainable industrialization, and foster innovation. Reduce inequality within and among the countries, sustainable cities and communities, make city and human settlement inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. Responsible consumption and productions, in general referring to reduce the waste and promote a useful consumption and productions. We also have climate actions, life below water, life on land, generally with regards to the environmental challenges. Peace and justice, strong institutions, partnership for the goals to strengthen and implement and revitalize the global partnership of sustainable development. So your innovation should fit into one or more of the SDG, and this should also be reflected in the videos and also the soft copy evidences that is provided by you. And strictly, we should not have any nudity, animal cruelty, violence, vulgar words, and other unnecessary thingies in your presentation. Now, each submission must include 4 items. First and foremost, synopsis of works or innovations, referring to 200 words in the Microsoft Word documents. This will enable us to present your work to the public and also to the jury. A minimum 1 video of 5 minutes in length. A YouTube link is recommended. Photos or even PDF file. In short, all the evidences about your innovations you should submit online. It could be MOU, MOA with your industry partners, with your clients, with the people that benefits from your innovations, IP, publications, partnership documents, and all other implementation evidence. Now, unlike the previous MTE, now MTE SDG is a little bit special in the sense that the implementations could refer to a video, could refer to a photos or several photos as evidence that the activity or the social activity has been conducted. And you also need to submit a detailed written descriptions of the innovations in the PDF formats with about 500 words. And your submissions come with two categories. Now you can either submit under idea category or tangible category. Now, as the name suggested, idea means you have the ideas, you have the total strategy, but you have not implemented fully into a tangible product or service. Hence, for such innovations, you should submit under idea categories. Now, on the contrary, if your innovations has been researched and has been built completely, either waiting or already in the processes of commercialization, then you should go for tangible category. So under ideal categories, the jury may ask a few questions, such as, now, is the idea related to sustainable development goals, right? So we have 17 agenda, and of course, I believe most of the products are meeting a few agendas instead of just one. So this is definitely acceptable. So you can meet as many SDG as possible within a single innovations. Now, what I've gone through, the common errors that participants will make is that they have a very good ideas. In fact, that idea is meeting the SDGs objective. However, the presentations doesn't carry that message that the innovation is meeting the SDG. So you may want to spend some time specifically in the introductions of your videos to illustrate challenges related to SDG, and later on how your products can meet the SDG objective. Now, second is the idea criticals. Criticals in the sense that it touches some things more important, life and death, for example. Now, is the idea new? Now, this is also important. Although we encourage SDG in the sense that as long as benefits the society, we should conduct. But since this is an innovations event, now apart from useful and critical to the society and the natures, we need the ideas to be new and better, right? Now, under idea categories, we only ask for your preparative process for the ideas. So you should actually highlight, present, and submitted, for example, the survey that has supported your plan and ideas. And you should also present your plan, a detailed plan instead of a superficial plan, so that the jury can know that, yeah, you have the direction, you know the steps to achieve the SDG goals with respect to your innovations. And you also can highlight the partners to be, right? For example, if you want to work with Samsung, or you want to work with certain hospitals or certain clinics or certain entrepreneurs that can help you. So you should highlight, and not just by saying, I will have a partner, but tell us what is his name, Mr. or Miss so-and-so, from which company, and things like that. Now, if you have contacted them and have made arrangements to collaborate in the future project for the proposed ideas, it will be good for you to include the partner's portfolio in the video so that we know, yes, you are serious about it, right? So the plan and the whole strategies of your ideas to meet the SDG must be presented in a detailed manner and yet simple and easy to catch. Now, especially now it's a virtual event, it's an online submissions. Your video must not be too cluttered so that the jury, the participants can catch the idea very fast, right? From each slide of your videos. And you should also elaborate the expected outcome. You have a plan, but you must have an outcome. So the outcome should be quantitative whenever possible. Of course, I do understand certain projects, they may not have much quantitative. They may have a qualitative in combination with quantitative outcomes, right? Beneficiaries, if you can interview your beneficiary, it will be good. And so that they can reflect how good, how useful is your innovations. Now, the overall impact, now that you may be able to explain from the quantitative statistics, how many people have benefit from your innovations, how the nature and environment has changed, how the city has become, how inequality has been resolved, right? All these are the impact that you should highlight. And if possible, providing some estimated quantitative values. And geography scale is very important. So I hope that your innovation, your ideas is meant for the globals, right? Or it is just for Malaysia. If it's just for Malaysia, so you need to justify strongly why your idea is only good for Malaysia and elsewhere can't exploit or employ your ideas. And potential IP or copyrights, patents, is there any potentials? So you should highlight it in your presentations. And lastly, is the quality of the presentation, your visual aids, your content, your presentation flow. And in the video, you know, each and every slide, the main message should be catchy. And is the presentations too fast or too slow? So all this, you need to make sure it's in a great harmony. Next is the tangible category for innovator that has a rather matured product and service, right? And similar to the idea category, we ask for the idea to be related to SDG, critical, new, and better. Now, you also need to map up all the strategy and plan that you have executed in order to meet the SDG. Now, impact becomes a very important features under tangible category. Again, we need quantitative whenever possible. Quantitative evidence, statistics. And you need to indicate the beneficiary, the IP, geography scale, preferably global applications, and all the implementation statistic and evidences. And evidences apart from quantitative, it can come in the form of qualitative, such as photos, interview of your beneficiary, so on and so forth. And same as the idea category, your presentation quality is important, right? And I note that grammatical errors are the common errors made by many participants. So I strongly encourage if you can sit the English department or some of the tutors to help to read through the grammatical errors. For one good reason, until today, we have judges from Singapore, Malaysia, Korea, Thailand, Australia, China, and we are now still getting a number of overseas jury. So the English become very critical in your presentation. And for tangible and ideas category, I do note that a lot of us, in order to show the evidence, we may want to embed the letters, the journals, the IP documents in the video. Now, this is a very good practice. Unfortunately, most of the document may be in Bahasa Malaysia, or if you are obtaining the IP from China, it's in Chinese language. So the jury may not understand. So I hope that you can actually sort of highlight in English with a few keywords beside the embedded document, so that the jury will know, yes, they have done this. Now, further, remember just now I talked about photos and PDF files. You can also hand in your copies of your IP, copy of your evidences, so that the jury, apart from videos, they will have the luxuries to examine the so-called soft copy evidence one by one, right? That will enhance their confidence to evaluate or to rate your innovations. Today, I wish to highlight a few common imperfections that it had been repetitively, how should I say, made by the participants. Now, the first one is, we look at the case ones, where you want to highlight about the novelties of your ideas. You may tell the jury, no one realizes the challenges and issue. So this statement is very thin. So it will be better in case 2, whereby you tell them, in accordance to our survey, no one realizes the issue and challenges. But this is still not good enough, in my opinion. The case 3 is better. In accordance to our survey, where 200 participants, 100 male, 100 female, 100 from Malaysia and 50 from Hong Kong, are being recruited, and no one realizes the issue and challenges. So to make it even more sophisticated of your presentation, you can indicate the date is the December 2020 where the survey is done, right? Otherwise, the jury will assume that maybe you have done your survey 50 years ago, and now you try to, come in to talk about SDG and how you can help the society. Now, this is the second scenario. For example, those who are dealing with healthcare, they may tell you therapeutic is tested in rats and very successful, can overcome cancer and things like that. But it would be better if you tell us tested in the rats with 6 rats per group. And this is still not enough. If you can mention about body weights of the rats, will be good. And the last one, the case 4, if you can give us the ethics approval number, it will be best. This is another scenarios whereby some company, due to the pandemic of COVID, they collaborate with the Q virus syndrome Berhad. So they let us know. But this statement is very, very weak in the sense that we do not know who the hell is Q virus syndrome Berhad. Is the innovator really working with them? Then the case 2 presentation will be better in the sense that you attach letter of collaborations. You have MOU and MOA with the Q virus syndrome Berhad. In the case 2, make the presentations improve further, whereby they tell us that they have commercialized the product and services in Indonesia, Singapore, and Thailand. Now, the last statement sounds impressive, but there's no evidence if you think about it. It's from your mouth. It's not from the statistical or hardcore evidence. So the case 4 will be the best presentation, whereby they attach evidence, right? Maybe the import-export documents relating to Indonesia, Singapore, and Thailand businesses, right? So these are the, hope you can see a few ways of presenting, and you should present as much as possible and tries to provide evidence instead of self-descriptions. So a good picture speaks 1,000 words. Hope that you can have more pictures in addition to the statistical and quantitative data. Thank you. So if you have any questions, please feel free. Let me check the chat.
Prof. Wong, any other slides to present?
Only this.
Okay, so if you look at the bottom of the screen, you can see under Q&A, there are 5 questions for you.
Okay. Video should be about the project, of the action of the project. Okay. Video should be everything. Video, I would imagine, first you need to talk about challenges, right, relating to SDG. It can be one or more agendas of SDG. It doesn't matter, right? Second, perhaps you can talk about the consequence of these challenges to the societies. Then followed by your own innovations objective. And for your innovations, I would imagine you have to elaborate clearly, either it's under idea or tangible categories, right? I think if you look at the previous MTE, there are a group of scientists looking at the apps program. So they tell us they developed the apps, it can do this and that, but they never show what is inside the apps. So this leads to jury having a difficult time to understand or to evaluate. Now, following that, you may want to tell us your partners, industry, your beneficiary. Now, if possible, get your partner and your beneficiary to talk about your products or services, to talk about your innovation, how they can help the SDG, how good or how bad they are, and what will be the future of your innovations. Now, if you have publications, if you have IP to sort of signify the novelty and the newness of your innovations, do include in the video. However, certain projects, because this is SDG, so apart from IP and publications, that can be used as the representative indicator of idea novelty. We do allow survey statistics to be a tool for you to tell us that this idea is new, right? Because SDG is a little bit different. Sometimes the newness of the ideas may not be able to be reflected by the publication and IP. So you have to do a good survey so that we know that no one has done it and your idea is very critical. All right. So basically, you should embed everything within 5 minutes. And please take note of the speed of your video. And don't be too fast. And should you want your video speed to be a bit faster, then on every slide, make sure the critical message you can highlight in color, in bold, or with the larger font, so that the jury, being an experienced evaluator or as an elderly, they can catch the message, right? Now, is there any template for the document preparations? No, because I think this is competitions. Today's sessions is a form of a template or reference for you. So we wish to see the innovators, how do they generate their own evidences and presentations, because the gradings take into account of all these parameters. Now, may I know the video showing the activity or us describing the project? Okay. Showing the activities, most likely is for the, I think showing the activity and describing the projects, both. So the activities could be tangible activity, or it could be activity that you plan and you strategize to have under idea category. So for innovation with minimum viable products, it should be in idea or tangible category. I can't evaluate based on this short sentence. You can write in and then we will help you to see whether it's suitable for ideas or tangible category. If the innovator already upload all the documents, can they still amend? This one I need to check with Melissa or Noran. I think you can still amend.
We can amend until the closing date.
Yeah, thank you. You can still amend. Can we have access to previous video? You mean the MTE? This is the first SDG activity. So we do not have the previous video, but for the MTE, which was held in March, you can actually visit MTE website, our website, whereby the video is shown. Yeah. So Henley, you have anything to add about the previous video?
Actually, on our okay, that one is closed down. Then afterwards, I can send you an example to Dr. Bahma.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if there is a picture related to minor, I'm not sure minor means what. Can we?
I think they mean underage participant.
And a child. If the video has a child,
Yeah.
the face of a child.
It's under 18, yeah.
It's all right. Yeah. To protect the privacy, I think it's okay. Can share about the judging rubric, which we are doing now with you. Can we choose more than one SDG agenda? Yes. Bear in mind that the category is just for your reference. As I said, in your innovation, you can carry more than one SDG. You can mix and match yourself. We do not want to limit it. The only thing we categorize or classify is either your innovation is idea or a matured tangible product and services. Can we amend the video? Yes. Maximum video is 5 minutes. Yes. So we do have experience whereby the participant come in as 20 minutes. So you may suffer the grading loss due to overtime, right? We are students from UTM who like to showcase our prototype. Should we participate under corporate, individual, or youth? I think youth is not for uni, but you can represent corporate or you can come in as individuals. Can we submit video without our own voice? You can. So there are many ways of doing. You can either have a wordings, illustration, graphic on the video with music, or you can have someone to narrate on behalf of yourself, or you can actually narrate by yourself. So we keep the flexibility and it's up to your creativity to develop the video. For ideal category, must we have a partner? I would say it will be very good if you propose a partner. If you already have a partner, please indicate clearly. So this will help the juries to understand how serious are you and to what extent you have explored and developed your ideas, right? There's a jumping. What is the definition of inclusivity? That means access to everyone. Okay, I can't go up. Hold on, just now there's a jumping of questions.
You can close the Q&A box and then open again, maybe.
Oh, I can close it first, huh? Okay.
Can you open again?
Yeah. If the current invention is a new generic line of product, can we submit? Yes. But if it's a generic version, I believe no matter how generic, you will have some new informations, new element and new components. So you need to think of your new components, how it can help the SDG, right? Because basically, I think we are living in the era whereby innovation is more than invention. So we believe in improvement. So even though it's generic, it's all right. We wish to see the ideas of improvement. If the product is not ready yet, the experiment result not achieved, you can come in as idea. So don't come in as tangible, since the experiment is yet to be completed, right? Has yet to be completed. Can we get this slide for our revision? I think we can, right?
There'll be a recording afterwards.
That's good. Private company join this competition, certainly. In fact, we do encourage a private company to join for simple reasons, because I think the economy is actually built by the private industry. For academics, we are the one linking the fundamentals to the so-called to the business or commercial sectors. So far the university or academic sector, they are very, very active. So we hope that more private companies and private industry can join. And sooner or later, both entities can work together to a greater extent. Repose from the chat box. Now, do you wish to present your invention and innovation? What shall we choose? I think Xin Yin or wait, I don't quite understand the question. What shall we choose?
Just now she posted one in the chat box.
Okay.
May I know how would the judge evaluate the innovation? Is it based on the 17 goals or award categories? Because our innovation fulfills goal number 12 about green growth and waste management. But the goal was under award category of economic growth, which we might not be able to fulfill the economic growth judging criteria.
The judging is based on what I'm showing now on the screen under ideal category, or the bullet point is the judging criteria, right? So if you can see under ideal category, we have 7 bullet point here. Under tangibles, we have 6 bullet point here. These are the judging criteria, right? We are not judging which agenda you are going in. We are judging that you must address one or more agendas of SDG, and the judging criteria is presented now on screen under tangible as well as under ideal categories. All right. Submission due date could be extended. I think later program we may discuss within the committees, and then we will let you know. Yeah. Okay, I think so far these are the questions. Yeah, no more.
Wow, so the participants are saying they need extension. Do you see a problem in that?
I actually feel perfectly all right. I mean, in my opinion.
Okay, so there's a possibility.
We may not be able to extend too long, and we need to be fair to all university. Should the organizer decide to extend, we need to find a mechanism to inform all university. Everybody must know about it. Yeah, in order to be fair to everyone. Okay. So I think we have completed the Q&A. Yeah.
Just now there was a question. Somebody asked if a private company can participate. So the answer is yes. It's open to private organizations, social enterprises, yeah, NGOs.
Okay.
Actually, there's 1 or 2 questions in the chat we didn't put in the Q&A. Okay.
Yeah, Henny, can you put in the Q&A?
No, I can't because I'm the host. I can't write, but I'll read it out to you. Because I can't access the question and answer. Yeah. The question is it okay if I already registered for category 4, environment and natural resources, which contain SDG 7 and 13, but in the video I have a mixture of Cat 4, Cat 5, because I found out there are 3 SDGs related to my innovation, such as SDG 7, 13, and 9. If I'm not mistaken, registration only allowed 1 category per registration.
I think it's all right because the rating and evaluation is based on tangible and idea. So in terms of category, if they have mixed category due to the agenda that the innovations can address, I think it's okay.
Okay. If I have a prototype but yet to be tested on patients, should I register under tangible idea?
They have a prototype, but
hasn't been tested on patients. Yeah.
But if they have, first, I don't know what is their prototype. If their prototype, for example, is the herbal formulation, they have tested in the animals and it found out very effective, and they have studied the mechanisms of action, and they also look into safety and toxicity, everything fine, I mean, everything seems to be perfect. Then they have a choice to go under ideas if they want to present from the perspective of clinical, or they can come into tangibles. That is also all right, right? So it's just a matter of presentation if they have finished the preclinicals.
Okay, let me just scan through the chat if there's any more. Yeah, there's one more that says in the application form, we choose a manufacturing process, a prototype model, plan or poster. Yeah, for this one actually is based on what you have, you wish to present your innovation, and you can tick and actually add the materials in the additional upload files.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that's about all. Okay.
There's no more question, Prof, in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah. In the Q&A.
Q&A. Let me see. I thought I've answered all right. Let me see.
Some just came in. Yeah.
The last one is the same, right?
Last one is the same, but I on top from got three. One is from 337 and two is from 339 posted.
Okay, 337. 337. Will there be certificate given for participation? Yes. Participation and winner, right? We have certificates.
Yes, this will be one certificate per team.
Can Prof explain the flow of judging? Oh, the judging is done before the event, right? Once you have submitted, we have 4 days, right, of evaluations. Yeah, it's not during the event. Okay. Let me check. I think
There's two more. One is what if we registered a wrong SDG or wrong entry categories?
But because evaluation is based on idea and tangible, I don't see it as a big problem. Yeah. The registrations of the category is meant for the organizers to know that majority of the innovation lies within which category. Yeah.
And one more is there tangible idea?
Is there a
tangible idea? I don't really understand this question.
Which time? 340 or
339.
339. Is there tangible idea? Okay, let me explain. Idea category means idea, meaning that most likely you have not really implement any development work or tests or research. Tangible means your ideas already translated into either a physical products or implemented service and activities. So your innovations will be evaluated either as the idea or as the tangibles. Of course, when you have a tangible product and service, within there will be idea. But that idea has been translated into product or services.
Okay, there's two more. One is a working prototype, but it functions yet to be realized, tangible or idea.
This one I've addressed, right? Tested on patients.
It's a different question. I think it's around the same. Yeah.
But yet to be tested on patients, should I register as tangible? So it depends. Like I say, if you have a prototype, if it's a herbal formulations, if you have tested on the rabbits, rats, or animal models, so you can regard that as a tangible products. Then I will imagine that your commercial partner could be a supplier who wish to supply this extract to the customer to further develop into nutraceuticals or cosmeceutical products. So this is what I can imagine, right? So if you treat that as completing all the preclinical study, then you can treat it as tangibles. However, if you feel that patients and clinical platform is your final destinations, then you can treat your herbal formulation as an idea, right? And you tell us that your idea has been tested, but however, what is your plan towards the clinical acceptance? So your agendas will be, your presentation will be from preclinical to clinical platform. So we wish to know what is your plan, what is your strategy, what do you want to address exactly? Yeah, with respect to the SDG.
Then there's two more. This one I can answer together. One is during the event, we will do a presentation as well, question mark, and so there will be no oral presentation. Okay, during the event, actually there will be no presentation. It will be based on the submission form and your video. Same with the oral presentation, you're judged by the video and the summaries in your evaluation form.
I think that question, Rohana, Prof. Wong, it also means when she says, so there will be no oral presentation, no oral presentation, but the jurors can contact them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the jurors will can contact you via email or your mobile.
Yeah, so I wish to
ask more. Yeah,
share with the participants in the last screen of your video, you may want to put down your name, put down your email address and mobile number.
The submission form actually also has the contact numbers and email.
Including the country code, because some of them are, how should I say, from overseas. Yeah? Okay. Any more? Let's see.
Prof. Wong, so that's why we also encourage participants in their video that they also speak and explain about their product, correct? It's also a form of oral presentation in the video.
Or they can actually engage a narrator who can speak beautifully.
Yes.
On their behalf. Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, when the innovator himself talk and explain about his innovation is better than the video without any voice, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, 16. There's one more, is it coming in?
Contact number including WhatsApp. The case of contact number is different from WhatsApp number.
I think WhatsApp will be better. Yeah, because it's free, right, for overseas communications.
Yeah, I think that should be it.
Prof, I think we have kind of finished the questions already.
So
if participants have any questions, they can contact us.